back to the Barre Library. My name is Jen, and I'm here for this move of the month, which is going to work the back of the thigh. So far in this series, we've done the warm-up, and we've worked the front of the thigh, and now we're going to work the back of the thigh. So I'd like you to grab onto a chair, a couch, countertop, some sort of stable surface. It could be a wall-mounted bar or a freestanding bar, and we're going to take a few minutes just to work the back of that thigh muscle. So that's the hamstring, and you will feel some glute work and potentially even some work up in the waist. So we're going to start here with our feet in parallel, and we're going to do a soft bend in those knees. I want you to bring the hip bones toward your sturdy surface here, and I want you to plug your shoulders down your back, gaze in front. Let's semicircle that outside leg to about, if I was standing on a clock, this is my left leg, it would be at about 7 o'clock. Now sometimes that hip opens up, right? So what I want you to do is, after you semicircle the leg, draw the hips back. Remember to re-tilt that tailbone, that's those hip bones toward your steady surface. We're going to lift the leg up and plug it back. So immediately I'm feeling right here starting to work. We're just going to come forward, back, just a little forward and a little back here. So my standing leg has a soft bend in it. I'm keeping my shoulder blades plugging down my back, crown of my head toward the ceiling. And we're just doing a little forward, back. So working that hamstring, working the glutes, and keeping our weight as evenly distributed as possible between those two legs. Now it's a tiny move. I'm not using a lot of momentum, right? No swinging. It's a forward, it's a back, making sure that that knee doesn't come forward of the standing supportive leg. So now let's do a little bit of forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. So we're progressing the move here, adding a little lift. Now, anytime we feel that those hip bones are not shining forward or they're coming out of alignment, we want to readjust. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, keep going. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back. Let's do a few more. Forward, back, last one. Forward, back, lift. Now, straighten the leg. Readjust if you need to. Then stretch. Little tiny bends and stretches, really pointing through that toe, engaging the entire backside. As I said, you may even feel it up in the waist, which is a little bit of a bonus. Stretch, keep stretching. That standing leg is starting to get fatigued, a little bit shaky here. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Let's do 3, 2. Now, happy foot. So give me a flexed foot, pump up. Little pumps, we are almost there, and then we're going to swap sides. So pump up, up, keep going. Let's hold that pump, hold the leg, see if we can come a little higher in our stance, and relax down, stretch it out. And that's it. So let's just do the opposite side to keep everything nice and even. We're going to keep the feet parallel. Take a nice deep breath, making sure the shoulders are plugging down the back, those hips are tilted forward, soft bend in both the knees. I'm bringing my leg to about 5 o'clock on this side here, so if the hip opens, readjust. Lift it up, making sure that that leg is plugged back, so you immediately feel those glutes. Forward, back, forward, back. Shoulders plugging down the back, we're keeping that core nice and tight, crown of the head to the ceiling, working the glutes, working the hamstrings, and depending on what else you're feeling, what else you have kind of tensed up or engaged, you might feel inner thigh of that standing leg as you push the weight into the heel, and you're feeling, maybe you're feeling your abs nice and engaged. If you're tensing up in the shoulder blades as you're plugging those shoulders down the back, you might feel those as well. So just feel all the movements and embrace everything you're doing and be extremely mindful of the work. So we're just going forward, back, forward, back. Now let's add a lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Little move. Forward, back. We're not coming in front of that leg, I hope. Not coming in front of the standing leg. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back. You've got this. Tiny moves here. Feeling the core, getting a little bit of a stretch on that lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, a couple more. Forward, back, lift. Forward, back, last one. Forward, back, lift. We're going to do bend stretch. So I have that leg stretched out at a diagonal, pointing through the toe, really stretching through. Now I'm feeling my waist kick on just a tad because I'm really working here. Stretch, keep reaching, keep stretching, keeping those hips shining forward. Soft bend in the standing leg, a few more. Straighten the leg, give me a happy foot, pump up. Little pumps, we're almost there. We have one little hold after this, and then we're done with this month's move of the month. Those toes are forward. That standing leg is shaking. Pump up, up, up. Let's do 3, 2, just hold. See if you come up a little higher. Release down and do what you need to do. Stretch it out. And the heart rate's up. We didn't jump. We didn't do anything crazy. We just concentrated the work in the back of that thigh. So this was back of the thigh work, and I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for this move of the month. Try it out. It only takes a few minutes, and if you do it a few times a week in addition to your other classes, your other workouts, you will see the smoothing out of the hamstrings and little cinching in the waist. Thanks again for joining me. Take care. Bye.